Hi everyone, it's Lisa with ThinkingInspirations.com and welcome to my craft room here in Texas. My husband Jackie and I are here and getting ready to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary with some family and friends, and so we're really excited about that. We've got a lot of busy things going on, but I wanted to come on and record this premiere so that you will have it to watch. And so today, when this premiere goes live, is Thursday, July 17th. So one thing I wanted to mention is that I am currently doing a fundraiser for the families and those affected by the floods in Central Texas. My heart goes out to them, and I am donating the proceeds from all sales through tomorrow, through tomorrow, July 18th, to the flood relief program. So I'm going to put my link up on the screen in case you would like to place an order. No matter the size of the order, it's all going to benefit those victims and their families in Central Texas, and those from elsewhere as well. So our thoughts and prayers are with them. So today I have a fun fold card, and since it's our anniversary week, I have been sharing some anniversary cards, and want you to try this one. This one works especially well with our 6x6 Scenic designer paper. And so we're going to walk through it and make one and show you how to do it so you can make your own. Okay, let's switch screens here, and we'll get on my desktop and get started. So the stamp set I'm using is the Layers of Beauty stamp set with the happy anniversary greeting and this beautiful bunch of flowers. Now I'm just using a partial of this one, and so we have coordinating dies. Some are standalones, like you can see here, that cut just leafy stems and leaves. There's a little tag, and then we have shapes to match the stamps in the stamp set. We have this big one here that cuts out this stamp, the large stamp, but I used this one which cuts out just this rose right here, and so that's what we're using on our project today. Okay, this bundle also comes with a set of masks that I will be using sometime soon to show you how to use those, so look forward to that. So I hope everybody is doing well and having some fun summer times. All right, so I'm using a piece of, what is this? Oh, Secret Sea cardstock, one of our new in colors, and it's a beautiful deep gray blue. And I'm using an 8.5 by 11 sheet because when you cut this and score it, you'll have two card bases that you can make two cards with this same fold. So it is an easy fold, but what I love is how we can use our Scenic designer paper to make a beautiful scene on a fun fold card. Okay, so it's 8.5 by 11 on with the 11-inch side. Okay, so with this shorter side at the top, we are going to score at 1.5 and 4.25. So let me put that in here. And that's on 1.5, and then come over to 4.25. Line it up, use the gray scoring tool, and then we're going to turn it and cut it at 5.1/2, and that's going to make our two card bases. I'll just be making the one card today though and save this one for a different one. Okay, so here is our card base. I'm going to try to find my bone folder. It's somewhere here, but I'm going to go ahead and fold this 1.25 inch score back like that. Then we'll give it a good crease. Okay, and then fold it this way and give it a good crease. So this is the base of the card. All right. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and cut our designer paper. So I chose this particular print from the Beautiful Gallery Designer Series paper. This is in the main catalog, as well as this bundle that carried over from the Spring Mini. And here the directions are, we decide which way is going to be our length. Okay, so this is definitely has a direction to these blooms. And so the length I want to be at 5 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and cut it there at 5 1/4. So slide it in, line it up, cut it, and save this little strip. Okay, and then the directions say to cut it 2 3/4 and 1 1/4. So we're going to cut it 2 3/4, starting from this left-hand side, 2 3/4, and then again at 1 1/4. I have this little paper down low here. 1 1/4, 2 3/4, and then slide over what's left to 1 1/4. Okay, and so we're going to use these in this order that will make that scene. Okay, so I'm just going to line them up here while I move the trimmer out of the way. And then we're going to take this larger piece, and it's going to glue on this little 1 1/4 inch bend here, just like that. So I'm going to get my glue, and I'm going to put the glue here on the tab, or this 1 1/4 inch, not going all the way to the edges because we're going to leave a border around the edge, just like that, coming about an 1/8 inch down from the top and bottom, and then over from the side. Give it a good press there. Okay, then we're going to open it up, and we're going to do it like this, and this is our next piece. We're going to put that here and make sure you don't glue it over the fold, but that's going to go with just a tiny space in between the two pieces of designer paper. So let's go ahead and glue this on. This is, remember, is just glued to the little tab. So this one is going to go right next to it, like that, trying to match the top and the bottom, and taking care not to go over the 4 1/4 inch score line there. Okay, so the liquid glue gives me a little bit of time so you can see where we're going here, right? Okay, so now we have this one piece left, and it's going to go right here. Okay, and so let's go ahead and put that on. And I'm going to leave that there for just a minute and show you this other piece. This is like the part that we will use to write our message. It's 2 by 5 1/4 of basic white. And that is going to go over here on this side. Now, I want to have room for both of these pieces in here, and I could have cut it a little more narrow, but I didn't want to cut off any of my scene, and I didn't want to cut this too narrow, so I have some room to write. So I'm going to glue the white down first, and I'll show you why in just a second. I'm going to leave a little border top and bottom and on the side, and I'm going to come like this, so when the card's closed you want that to cover that. So I'm going to move it over a little bit more. Okay, just kind of adjusting and moving, and there, that works just fine. So when your card is taken out of the envelope, it's closed like this, and it covers up your writing. Okay, and then here we have our third piece of our scene. I'm careful not to cover the score line there in the middle, and this, if it just overlaps just a bit, but it should just butt up just right to it. But I have found after making several of these that it's easier to go ahead and put this white piece down first. Make sure your front covers it, and then go in with your third seam piece. So you see how that is? It's just a continuous pattern. So if I had chosen, say, one with like a mountain scene, like some of our papers are, it would just be continuous, even though there's a slight space in between. Okay. All right. So there is the bulk of our card right there. Super simple, right? Okay. So this piece, let's go on ahead and address that. I need to cut that down to 5 1/4. And what I found with this paper, like it has the florals here on the other side, but I'm not going to use that side. The back side is usually a good coordinate for coordinating piece for the other parts of the designer paper that you're using. So what I'm going to do with it is just take it and put it on the front in the center of this part here that shows when the card is closed. So let's take that and just eyeball where we're going to put it. So I think I'm going to center it there. Just keeps it from being just a blank piece of cardstock. It just adds a little extra touch there and a contrasting piece to that floral print. The colors are the same. You've got this same cloud cover here that's used in the background. But here, okay, there we have that. Okay, so now let's work on the front part of our card. Let me see, what have I done with the pieces? So I told you that I had cut this particular rose off of the this image. Okay, that's that one. It's a little larger than shown here. And so there's a die that cuts that out. All right. And so that's what I chose to use. And then I have a Stylish Shapes circle cut in cloud cover ink, which is one of the colors in the designer paper. And then we're going to take the Happy Anniversary stamp that's from the Layers of Beauty set. We're going to ink it up in Secret Sea. And that'll be a good contrast on the cloud cover circle. Let's get that off. And we're going to just stamp it right in the center, but come down a little bit where you can still fit the whole anniversary word there. Okay. And then this is going to glue right here at the top. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Put a little bit of glue on this bottom edge of the flower. Okay. Just like that. And then we'll take our card and we're going to glue this where it overlaps over this end strip here. Okay. But where the main part that's going to be glued down is going to be right here over this designer paper. So I'm just going to put some dots of glue here on this side. I'm going to flip it over so I'm sure to cover, use the glue there, and then switch it around there. You don't want it, your sentiment going at an angle on this one. And I'm kind of come down and it's about center top to bottom. Okay, so there the card closes nicely. You open it up and you have a beautiful scenic card. Okay, so now you just can add some gems if you'd like. I thought I had brought my little pearls in my packing, but it appears that I don't have those, so I'm just going to use some little rhinestones that go with everything, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and just take and scatter 3 of them here on the card. And there we have an easy fun fold for an anniversary, and really you could change the sentiment out and use it for any occasion. Write your message in here and it's ready to send. Here's the first one I made. You can see I used the little pearls there with it. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, little pearls. Okay, so there is a fun and pretty anniversary card. So thank you so much for joining me today. If I can help you with anything, let me know. Remember that I do have the fundraiser going on for the Central Texas flood relief, and that goes through Friday, July 18th, and all it takes is to place an order through my online store, and I'm donating all of the proceeds from those orders to the Central Texas Flood Relief. That ends tomorrow, July 18th at midnight. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care. Bye-bye.